Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into some really common skin and scalp stuff. Things you see everywhere online, probably deal with yourself. We're looking at what a doctor had to say reacting to, all those skincare tips and fails you find online. The mission is basically to pull out the useful, expert-backed advice for you. For clearer skin, healthier scalp.
Yeah, and what's great about the sources we looked at is it's like a direct Q&A with the doctor, so we can really focus on specific things. Things like, blackheads or those little bumps people get on their nose, even scalp scabs, which can be worrying. We want to get into why the advice works, not just what to do.
Okay, let's kick off with blackheads then. Seems like everyone gets them, right? Especially around the cheeks, the chin. People often just reach for, like, pore strips or try squeezing. What did Dr. Dustin say about that? What's the better way?
Right, yeah. The urge to squeeze is definitely real.
Yeah.
But Dr. Dustin really emphasizes preparation first. That's key. Before you even try to get them out, you need to loosen the pores up properly. So maybe a chemical peel or even just using a hot towel or a facial steamer.
Ah, okay, so prep work.
Exactly. It makes the actual removal much easier and less damaging. Then, for getting them out, he suggests things like Q-tips or maybe a condone extractor.
That little metal loop thing.
That's the one. And, super important, hygiene. Keep everything really fresh and clean while you're doing it. He did say, it's not the most comfortable process, but the results are worth it. Better than causing scars, right?
Definitely sounds preferable to scarring. Okay, so that's removal. But how do we stop them just coming right back? What's the biggest mistake people make there?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The biggest mistake is probably just not being consistent afterwards. Dr. Dustin's long-term strategy is all about a solid, consistent skincare routine. It's about prevention through, regular maintenance.
Makes sense. What kind of ingredients?
He mentioned the key ones: retinol, salicylic acid, and glycolic acid. These are great over time. But, and this is a big but, he warned, just not all on the same day. You got to space them out.
Right, no one overdo it.
Exactly. These ingredients basically help improve your skin texture, speed up cell turnover, dissolve oil, which means blackheads just don't form as easily or as often.
Okay, so consistency with the right ingredients, but used carefully. Got it. Now, what about those little bumps on the nose? I always wonder about those. Are they just tiny blackheads?
Ah, yeah, that's a super common confusion. But Dr. Dustin clarifies they're usually not blackheads. He says they are completely normal sebaceous filaments. They're just, part of your skin's natural structure, the way oil moves to the surface.
Yeah, not something to attack.
Pretty much. He says they're not something you need to get rid of. They aren't actual clogs like blackheads. Now, if you don't like how they look, if they add texture you want to minimize, he suggests a gentle salicylic acid treatment that can help manage the oil in those pores and make them look less obvious, smoother.
Okay, interesting. So managing appearance, not extracting. Good distinction. Let's move up top to the scalp. Scalp scabs. Finding those can be pretty alarming. What did the doctor say might cause them?
Yeah, scalp scabs definitely warrant attention. Dr. Dustin pointed out they could be from a few different things, so figuring out the cause is really important. It could be impetigo, that's a bacterial thing, or ringworm, which is fungal, or maybe another kind of fungal infection, even psoriasis or just a general skin infection. Lots of possibilities.
So not necessarily just dry skin or dandruff then.
Right, and the key thing he stressed is if it is one of those infections or something like psoriasis, then topical treatments won't be enough. You'll likely need oral medication to actually clear it up properly because the issue is often deeper.
Okay, that's serious.
It can be. That's why he strongly recommends, definitely recommends seeing a dermatologist for that. He basically said scabs are just a symptom. You need the right diagnosis to treat the root cause. It's really important.
Makes total sense. You don't want to mess around with infections. But are there any scalp things you can manage at home? Like less severe stuff?
Oh, sure. For more common issues, things like standard dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis, that itchy, flaky stuff some people get, there are things you can do. Dr. Dustin suggests using shampoos with specific active ingredients, things like zinc or salicylic acid again, or ketoconazole, which is an antifungal.
Right, those medicated shampoos.
Exactly. And like with the face stuff, consistency is key, keeping up with your scalp hygiene. But he gave a really clear warning. Don't just pick at the scabs on your own.
Yeah. Tempting, but probably bad.
Really bad. Could make it worse, lead to infection. So the bottom line is if it's persistent, if it's not clearing up with those shampoos, you really need a proper treatment plan. Get the right products and, maybe see that professional.
That feels like a really good summary. Some practical things you can try, but also knowing the red flags for when you really need to get it checked out properly. It's about being informed, right? So you can take better care of yourself.
Exactly. That actually brings up a final thought, maybe something for you listening to consider. With all the information and misinformation online about DIY fixes, what do you find most challenging? How do you personally draw the line between, oh, this is just a minor thing I can handle, and, okay, this symptom needs a doctor? Navigating that for your own skin and scalp health, it's tricky, isn't it? Something to think about.